everyone is fine, I'm gonna start from purchases. I think that's why I lost you. I hope that's why I lost you guys. So I'm gonna start from there, right?
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna really like put my volume very down, because this loop this I have to admit, people is just disturbing me. But please help me to admit these people quickly before I can start. I'm gonna give them this last 2 minutes. I'm just waiting for everyone to just join. So we're starting in a minute. We'll be starting in a minute because I do not want any disturbance. Guys, I just don't want disturbance. So except those people that are coming in, I'm gonna start now. It's already late, so I just want to start and proceed so that people can rest as well. So I'm gonna start with purchases from there. I think that's why I lost you on YouTube. So I was saying purchases is one of the items. Purchases is one of the items that purchases is one of the items that we're gonna utilize to calculate cost of sales. So I'm gonna identify them as SOS. SOS means cost of sales, right? So now, note that as SOS, cost of sales, right? And then we go to relative inwards. Relative inwards is also one of the items that we use to calculate cost of sales. And then sales returns. I say sales returns is it's an income that has been reversed. It's an income that has been reversed in terms of sales. Like you, maybe for example, you sell 5 items, right? Your sale is gonna be for 5 items. Maybe let's say you sell 5 items for 5 rands, right? If you sell 5 items for 5 rands, whenever if they can return 2 items, it means your sales now is going to be 3 rand. It's no longer going to be 5 rand. That is why we have to get the actual sales from when we do the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, right? So that is an income that has been reversed. So I'm gonna specify it as RINC, which is a reversal of an income, right? Right. So now we go to the next item. There's gonna be storage on cost. Guys, if you don't understand something, you can unmute and tell me to stop, and then you ask for explanation. Actually, we are not on YouTube now. We are here, so I can really appreciate if you guys also interact with me. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have to just present and then you don't hear what I'm saying. It's not gonna be fair. It must be a fruitful session. I'm gonna help you as I proceed. Or you can just put a hand and then I can recognize you, right? Or you can unmute as well, no problem. I don't have a problem if you unmute and then we interact, no problem as well. But just note that I'm gonna put this on YouTube. as well, because I'm recording the session. But if you are fine with interacting with me, you can just unmute and stop me. We engage, because in the process you'll be helping others as well that cannot, speak for themselves. Right. So now the next item there is storage. Storage. Another thing that disturbs me on Teams is this thinking, people being admitted. You see now, that's why. Because on YouTube, when you join, you just join and then you find us going. No distraction. But anyway, no problem. Let's proceed. Now, storage cost. Storage cost is an expense. So I'm going to say EXP. That is an expense. Purchase returns is one of the items for cost of sales. So we'll deal with it when we do calculations for cost of sales. So it's going to be COS item as well, right? And then vehicles expenses. This one is obvious, it's an expense. And then rent expense as well, it's an obvious, it's an expense. Salaries is an expense as well. Advertisements expense as well. Stationery expense, right? But stationery on hand, remember, current asset. And then telephone is an expense. And then interest expense is an expense, but remember they are categorized differently in the statement of profit or loss. And then insurance is an expense as well. Insurance is an expense as well. And then I think we are done with the identification of accounts, whether that account falls under owner's equity, income, expense, liability, or asset, right? So now let's go to the answer sheet. Let's go to answer sheet and answer number one there. Number one, we are preparing the statement of profit or loss. Number one, we are preparing the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, right? So now, there, we are going to open brackets, right? We are going to the question there to check what are the items. The first item there is going to be our sales. Our sales is 70,000, right? So that 70,000, is going to be recorded here. We say 70,000 minus our sales returns, right? So let's go and check how much is our sales returns there. Our sales returns, where is it? Our sales returns is there, is 13,584. 13,584 minus 13,854. So how much are you getting there? You guys can put the answer in the comments. From my side, my sales is 56,416. Are you guys following? Are you getting the same answer? If you're getting the same answer, just put a thumb up on the, just react with the thumb if you're getting it right there. I'm getting 56,416. Are you getting that as well? I just want to see a reaction, or you guys can put a comment. Hello, guys. Are you guys getting the same amount? You guys can put a thumb if you are getting the same amount, or you can put in the comment there or in the chat as well. I'm just checking your chats now. No one has commented. I don't know if you guys can hear me. In the test, there's no answer sheet. I see in the comment someone is asking if there is answer sheet. In the test, there's no answer sheet, but I'm preparing it so that you guys it can be very quick for us to prepare. Again, I'm asking, guys, are you getting the same amount that I'm getting on my side so that we can proceed? Or you guys can hear me? Because you need to, you need to participate, you need to engage with me. Yeah. How much are you getting? Because I'm getting 5.6. I'm getting 5.6. Guys, please mute, and then if you speak, you must speak. Did I put the correct answer there? Let me see. Let's go back to the question again. The question there is it's 13,584. 13,584. Did I put 13,5 just to be 584 here? 584. Sorry for that. Just to be 13,584. So 13,584. So I'm getting 56416. And then now we need to calculate our cost of sales. We need to calculate our cost of sales. Yes, 56416 is the correct answer. Okay, and then now we have to calculate cost of sales. Anyone who did not mute their mic, please mute. Unless if you've got any question to ask, then you can engage with me, no problem. Yes, 56416 is the correct answer. So let's go to the calculation of the cost of sales. Let's go to the calculations of the cost of sales. Number one, we have to say opening inventory. Opening inventory. Opening inventory. And then we have to add purchases. We have to add purchases. And then if you remember, there we had what we call a relig inwards, right? Relig inwards, we have to edit here as well. Relig inwards, we have to edit here as well. Relig inwards, we have to edit here as well. And then it was the relig inwards. And then the other item is the purchases returns. Purchases returns, we have to less. We have to subtract it, okay? So less purchases returns. Less purchases returns. And then, right? If you remember, we already identified everything. I just want to be quick so that we don't have to waste time again, but all is well. And then we have to less closing inventory, right? Closing inventory. I'm going to teach you something. You will see what I'm about to teach you or reveal to you now. So most of, I wanted to reveal something to you now. Remember, most of the questions that you did in the textbook, right? They indicate this is a closing inventory. This is an opening inventory. But this time, I did not do that. I just indicated with the date. So now you must be able to check the date, right? So they say your year ended 30 June 2024, right? That is your end year period. So when did you start? You started on the 1st of July 2023. That is your opening date. That's where you're going to check your opening inventory and closing inventory. Are you with me? So now I'm going to go there now in your answer, in your question there, in the question paper. So here is the question, right? What we are going to look, we are going to look for opening inventory. So your opening inventory, oh, here is 2021 and 2022, right? So we're just gonna change this side just to be 2022 there. Even this one here, 2022. And then it means your current year is 2022. So your year started on the 1st of July. Your year started on the 1st of July 2021, right? We're going to look at opening inventory according to the date because they did not tell us whether it's opening or closing, but they gave us something that we can identify with, which is the date, right? So, so what we are going to do, we are going to check the opening inventory according to the opening date. I said the opening date is the 1st of July 2021. There we go. This is our opening inventory, 5440, 5440, right? So now we go there, we're gonna say our opening inventory is 5440, right? Our purchases, we check our purchases. Let's go and check our purchases. Our purchases is down there is 32,000, 32,000, right? We're gonna record that. Our purchases is 32,000. 32,000. And then we're also going to look at our relation inwards. Our relation inwards is the same as carriage on purchases. It's a type of carriage on purchases because remember, carriage on purchases like you buy goods, they carry the goods and deliver to you, right? That is carriage on purchases. So and then and those who can see the screen, because even me, I'm connected on my phone as well. I can see the screen is just operating properly. I think you should join again. Just leave and join again. Just to tell, okay, all is well on my side. So let's proceed. And then now, relate in what I was saying is a type of carriage on purchases, right? It's the same as carriage on purchases that way. And then there's a lot of items that maybe I will do them in the next session where we repeat this topic if we will do, because we have to also do chapter 10, because that's what you guys are going to write about. And then those who are doing advanced diploma, I know you guys are not, you haven't reached chapter 10 yet, right? But we'll see what to do. I think I'm gonna do chapter 7 one of the days. Now, now I want us to go back to the question and check our relate inwards, our relate inwards, our relate inwards, our relate inwards, right? Our relate inwards is there. Where is it? It's there. It's 2000. So we add, right? 2000. Is it 2000? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there we go. 2000, right? So we go there and put plus 2,000. 2,000, and then 2,000, and then our credit purchase, our purchases returns, I meant to say, our purchases returns, we're going to put in brackets. In accounting, anything we put in brackets, it means it's a minus amount. Are you with me? So anything that we put in brackets in accounting is a minus amount. So we're going to put our purchases returns in brackets together with the closing inventory in brackets. I hope you guys are following. Right? So let's go back to our answer sheet there. We're going to look for purchases returns. Our purchases returns is 3234. 3234. 3234. I'm just going to double check now as well so that I don't make that mistake I did with the sales. It's 3234. Okay. And then now we're also going to look for our closing inventory. Obviously, our closing inventory, I'm going to check with the date again. So our closing inventory is 3,900, right? 3,900. So we put in brackets as well because we are subtracting. It's going to be 3,900. Then we close. Then these are the items that are given in this paper for us to be able to calculate cost of sales. So what you need to do, you want to say, now let's calculate together and tell me how much you are getting. So we have to say 5,440 rand plus purchases of 32,000 plus relative inwards of 2,000 minus 3,234 of the purchase returns minus the closing inventory. How much is your cost of sales? Receiver area, I got 32,306. I am also getting that. I hope everyone is getting that one as well. 32. You guys are not getting 35. Because I'm getting 35. 35. Let me start from my side and calculate proper. You're getting 32. Hey, let me see. 5440. 5440. There's an item that we missed somewhere. That I missed that I need to correct with you. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see. Let's go back to the statement there. Let's go and look at what we call storage costs. Storage costs is one of the items for COS as well. So we have to include the storage cost. The storage cost is going to be an item for it's going to be the storage is going to be the item for cost of sales, right? The storage costs. So now the storage cost must include it as well on the cost of sales, not on the expenses. My apologies about that. We have to put this. We have to add storage cost here. It's part of the item that we need to calculate cost of sales for. Storage cost. So 3,000. 3,000. So this 3,000, when you add it there, it's gonna give you a cost of sales of 35,306. Please help me. And then this cost of sales, remember we are subtracting it in order to calculate cost of sales, right? So we need to put it in brackets as well. This cost of sales, we need to put it in brackets as well. So now this is our correct cost of sales. And I've given you items that are new. Some of you are seeing this for the first time that we're going to use to calculate cost of sales, right? Now, I believe we are now fine. Our cost of sales is 35,306. So now we need to calculate our gross profit. We need to calculate our gross profit. So our gross profit is going to be sales minus cost of sales. How much is your gross profit there? Sales minus cost of sales. How much is your gross profit? Receiver says I got 21,110, of which I'm getting the same amount as well on my side. Everyone just confirm as well if you guys are following. I see receiver says I got 21,110. Others, how much are you getting? How much are you guys getting? Maria says I got the same amount as well. And then Jennifer and others, I hope you're gonna get the same answer. So let's go to our other operating expenses. Let's go to, operating incomes. Let's go to our other operating incomes. Let's go to our other operating incomes, right? So other operating incomes there. Other operating incomes there. I saw rent income, if you remember. Oh, how do we calculate gross profit? Gross profit, we are saying sales amount, which is 56416 minus 35,306 of cost of sales. In order for you to calculate gross profit, I repeat, you're gonna say sales less cost of sales, we get our gross profit. I hope you got that. Blessing. Just try to comment so that I see that you are with us as I proceed this side. Rent income. Rent income there is one of our it's one of our, thank you. Yeah, blessing says it. Got it. So if you got it, no problem. Let's proceed together. So one of the items for other incomes is rent income, and then the other one is commission income. Commission income. Commission income. Commission income, and then let's go and check their amounts there in the question paper. So our rent income, where is it? There is the, where is it? The rent income. I didn't see correctly. We've got the rent expense there. Rent income is up there, 8,000, right? 8,000. Rent income is 8,000. Our rent income is 8,000, right? And then our commission income. Our commission income there, how much? Let's go back there and check. Our commission income is 2,400. Our commission income is 2,400. 2,400, okay? And then let's calculate the total operating income. So the total operating income or other operating income is going to be 8,000 plus 2,400, right? And then it's going to be how much there? It's going to be 10,400. I hope you guys are getting that. Yes, that's correct. That's very much 100% correct. And then let's go to expenses. That's correct, 10,400. Everyone is getting that. So now before I go to operating expenses, I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna change something there. I'm gonna cut this one here. So I want us to calculate what we call gross income. I'm gonna add gross income there. So now, gross income. Your gross income is going to be gross profit of 21,110 plus other operating income, which is 10,400. You add the two here, they are going to give you your gross income. So how much is your gross income there? How much is your gross income? Your gross income, remember, is gross profit 21,110 plus 10,000 of other operating income, 10,400. How much are you getting? I see the receiver, you are following. You are always the first one to answer there. 31,510. However, the other one says the 31,500. Bongan. Double check there. We are getting 31,510. And I hope everyone is getting that. It's only Bongani that said got oh, okay, you got it right now. All right, no problem. All right, you only missed one. So it's possible. And remember, in the test, if you guys miss this, it's going to be a problem because we say 31,500 is zero. So you must not even make that mistake in the test. For now, we are still learning. You guys, in the process of learning, no problem, you can get it wrong. The only time you must not get it wrong is when you are in the test. Now it's fine, we are practicing. But in the test, that's when you are not allowed to get it wrong because now we are still practicing, right? Okay, thank you. Let's proceed. Now, let's go to expenses. Our expenses, we are going to identify them and then you guys assist me. Number one event, just comment with all expenses so that we do not have to waste the time. Number one that I see there is what? Vehicle expenses. Vehicle expenses, right? So let's go to the answer sheets. Vehicle expenses. Vehicle expenses. Rent expense. Rent expense. Salaries. Stationery. I thought you would put as well amounts so that you finish, but no problem. Stationery. Stationery. Salaries. In telephone. Telephone. Insurance there. And then the last one is advertisement. Advertisements, and then now the interests are going to be added here. Look at on my format there. See why we didn't. I wrote salaries twice. Oh yeah, I'll remove one. Delete that one. Thank you for that. So our interests are going to be put here. They've got their own column. Thank you guys. Those who are saying I repeated salaries, I removed. Thank you. So now I'm explaining to the other one. Who's this? Intelligent says why we didn't put interest income. Interest income are going to be here. They are following this format. If you check your format in the textbook, I'm trying to align myself with that so that you guys can get it right in the exam or in the test, right? So now here we're gonna put interest, we're gonna add interest income here. Add interest income, right? And then we're gonna less, just completing the format, less interest expense. I hope now you are getting it why we left them up there. Right? And then now let's go and fill up our expenses, right? Let's go and fill up our expenses. Here, how much is our vehicle expense? Let's go to the answer sheet there. Vehicle expense, it's how much there? Let's go there. Is 429. 429. Vehicle expense is 429. Interest expense, rent expense, I mean to say. Rent expense, rent expense there is 1,200. 1,200. 1,200. And then stationery. Stationery, how much is it? Stationery is 3,600. 3,600. And then our salaries. Salaries. Salaries is 1,100, right? 1,100. And then telephone is 834. 834. And then what else did I leave there? Insurance, right? Insurance and advertisement. Let's see, and let's go and check that. Anyways, insurance is 450. Insurance is 450. And then insurance is 450 there. And then advertisements. Advertisements is how much? 390. 390. So how much is the expenses now? I think we are done with expenses now. You guys can just put a calculation in there and tell me how much is it. How much are our expenses? The storage cost, remember, we cannot utilize it. We recorrected it. It's not an expense. It's one of the items that we're going to use to calculate cost of sales. see now. So storage cost is here under the items that we utilize to calculate cost of sales here, right? So I hope you got that, Maria. And then now, let's check how much is our operating expenses. Our operating expenses, I see you got 8,003. 8,003. That is your operating expenses. That is your operating expenses. I'm just gonna do this quickly. Operating expense. So even operating expense, they must be in brackets because you have to subtract them. So anything that you have to subtract or anything that is negative in accounting, we have to put it in brackets. But with your format, you must put less as well. If you forget to put brackets, at least you've put less this side. Then you are safe, right? So now we are going to calculate profit before interest. Profit before interest. So profit before interest is going to be 31,510, which is your gross income minus your operating expenses of 8,003. Then you'll get your profit before interest. You'll get your profit before interest. Okay. So how much is your profit before interest? Remember, you have to say gross income minus operating expenses. So 23,507. That's what I'm also getting on my side. That is also what I'm getting on my side. And then now interest income. Let's go and check our interest income there. Our interest income is 900 given there. 900. Okay. Our interest income is 900. It is provided there. So you're just gonna go on the answer sheet and say 900. And then interest expenses, they must be in brackets as well. Let's go and check them. Let's go and check them there. Interest expenses down there, 1,500. So our interest expenses, 1,500. 1,500. Okay. And then I can put these ones in a bold there. Bold there. So fine. So now, but this one, remember, it must be in brackets because we have to subtract it. Because anything that we have to subtract or anything that is a negative in accounting, we put brackets. Right. So now, in order for you to get profit for the year, or we call it net profit for the year, call it net profit for the year. So net profit for the year is going to be profit before interest plus interest income minus or less interest expense. How much is your profit for the year? How much is your profit for the year? 22,907. 22,907. That is our statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Right? So now that is your statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Right. Now let's go and prepare our statement of financial position. Let's go and prepare our statement of financial position. Correct, everyone, I think is following. Let's go and prepare the statement of financial position. The statement of financial position. The statement of financial position. Are you ready for the statement of financial position? Just comment, I am ready if you are ready there, so that we can proceed. Just comment, I am ready if you are ready, so that we can proceed. Okay, right. Now, I see someone saying, sorry, before you move, can you please help me? Where do we get that 70,000 on sales? 70,000 on sales is on the answer sheet there. I mean, on the question there. There we go. Our sales. Our sales is here. Kateko, can you see it? Are you with me? It is given, it is there. I've tried to highlight there. There we go. This is our sales. And then our sales returns as well is there. Oh, to get profit for the year. To get profit for the year, you have to say profit before interest, right? Which is 23,507, right? You add 900 there of interest income. You subtract our 1,500, which is interest expense. Then you'll get 22,907. Are you following, Maria? Thank you. So this one, London buildings, I'm going to just copy and paste that site quickly. Right, and then we also have what? We also have vehicles. We also have equipment. And then what else do we have? We've got investments. And then we also have fixed deposit. These are the non-current assets that we've identified, right? So now let's go and identify. Let's go and identify the amounts. Let's start with the London building. London building, I've got 200,200, right? So we go there, we put it there, 200,200. And then with vehicles, we have to say the vehicle amount in brackets there, we open brackets there, right? And then we're going to take the vehicle amount, how much? 125,000, right? So 125,000, 125,000 minus accumulated depreciation on vehicle, minus accumulated depreciation on vehicle. So accumulated depreciation on vehicle is 35,000, 35,000, 35,000. So 35,000, so we minus 35,000 there of accumulated depreciation on vehicle. I hope you guys are following. So how much is the amount for vehicles there? How much is the amount for vehicles there? Please comment quickly. I got 90,000. I got 90,000. And I hope you are all getting that 90,000. Thank you. And then equipment, we're going to do the same as well. We have to say the amount of equipment minus accumulated depreciation on equipment. So equipment is 50,000 there. Equipment is 50,000. 50,000 minus the accumulated depreciation on equipment. Minus the accumulated depreciation on equipment, how much is it? Accumulated depreciation, I meant to say, accumulated depreciation on equipment is 8,650. Right, we go this side, we say minus 8,650, right? And then we close. So how much is your equipment there? How much is your equipment amount there? I also got 41,350. That is correct. 31,350. That is correct. And then we've got investments there. Investments. Let's go and check there. My investments, I've got investment of 1,000 there. You see, 1,000. So we go there and say 1,000. We also have fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is let's just go and check it in the question. Fixed deposit is 8,000. 8,000. And then now we are done with our non-current assets, right? So now we have to add them, all of them. Then we get our total non-current assets. We have to add everything. We're gonna say land and building plus vehicles, 90,000 plus equipment, 41,350 plus investment, 1,000 plus fixed deposit, 8,000. How much is your current, your non-current asset there? How much is your non-current asset there? You got 340,550. That is correct. That is correct. Let's move to our current assets. Let's move quickly to our current assets. Number one, we've got trading inventory. Number one, we have trading inventory. Number one, we've got trading inventory. So with trading inventory, we're going to take the one at the end. The one at the end, we're going to take the one on the 31st of June, 2022. The one at the end. So the one at the end is this one of 3,900. This is the one we want, right? So we go into our answer sheet there and say 3,900. That is our trading inventory on hand or at the end of the year. And then we also have stationery on hand, right? Stationery on hand. Stationery on hand, right? Let's go and check how much is our stationery on hand. Stationery on hand is 650, right? We're gonna go to our answer sheet there and put 650. And then we also have bank. We also have petty cash, if I'm not mistaken. Petty cash, right? We also have accrued income. Accrued income. We also have prepaid insurance, which is prepaid expense. These are accounts that comes here, prepaid expense, which is prepaid insurance, right? Prepaid expense, I'm just going to say in brackets, insurance. Right? And then let's go and record the bank there. Our bank, how much is our bank? Is 1,532. 1,532. 1,532. 1,532. Oh, I forgot account receivable. Yes, account receivable. Account receivable. Account receivable. And then we also have allowance for credit losses. 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 And then now, what is the following item there? Is the petty cash. How much is our petty cash? Let's go and check it there. Our petty cash is 150. Petty cash is 150. And then how much is our accrued income? Accrued income. Accrued income is 300. 300. So always all the time, this accrued income, prepaid expense, they come under your current assets. So this one is 300. And then the other one, is what? Prepaid insurance, which is prepaid expense, right? Which is 1,350. 1,350. Okay. And then account receivable. How much is your account receivable? Account receivable. Where is it? Is it up there? 20,000. 20,000. And then like allowance for credit losses, we have to subtract it at all times. We have to subtract this one at all times. We must subtract it. So how much is it? Let's go and check. Allowance for credit losses. Allowance for credit loss there. It's supposed to be allowance for credit losses. 2,000, right? 2,000. So 2,000. So you put it in brackets this one. Always all the time. 2,000. Okay. Now we are done with our current assets. What we need to do is to add everything and minus allowance for credit losses of 2,000. We will get our current assets. So how much is our current assets there? How much is our current assets there? Those who are winning there, assist us quickly. No, I said it's a negative I said allowance for credit losses is a negative current asset. It's a negative current asset. That's why there's an N behind it, but it's a smaller N if you check on the answer sheet there. I mean, on the question. It's a smaller N. It's like where I said, you see, I said accumulated depreciation is vehicles. It's a negative non-current asset. So if you check allowance for credit losses is a small N, which is negative current asset. It's a negative current asset. I hope you got that. And then now others, they're saying they're getting how much? 25. I'm getting 25 as well. 25,882. And everyone that is commented answer there, they got 25,882, right? So now, if you are done, we need to go and calculate our total assets, right? We have to calculate our total assets. Our total assets must be non-current assets plus current assets. How much is your total assets there? No, if you subtract allowance for credit losses from the account receivable, it's still correct. It is still correct. It is still correct. Because remember, allowance for credit losses, it's an amount that the business on its own put aside to pay for credit losses. That's why we say it's allowance for credit losses. It's an amount that the business put aside for people who cannot be able to pay their debts. If they bought from the business on credit, then they write them as credit losses. But there's a money that the business put aside to cover for those items, even though the business is going to write them off and blacklist them or whatsoever, but they still have to cover, so that they still have to put an assurance money aside in order to sustain and continue running. I hope you get that. So you can also minus it from the account receivable. It's fine. So how much you are getting? 366 432. That is correct. That is also what I'm getting. Okay, that is also what I'm getting. That is your current assets. I mean your total assets. I mean to say that is your total assets. And then our equity and liabilities. Our equity and liabilities. We start with the equity, right? So our equity, we only have three things. We've got capital or capital. We have to add our profits from the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. So our profit is this one that we're going to add, this one, right? From the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income. Okay, so we have to add our profit. If we had a loss, we were going to less. We're going to minus the loss, but now we've got a net profit for the year. So net profit, we add. And then we're going to subtract or less drawings. Drawings, right? And then now, how much is our capital? Let's go to our question there. Our capital is 329,907, right? So 329,907. That is our capital. And then our profit is the one that we calculated up there. We're going to take this one from the statement of profit or loss, right? Our profit there. We added this one, 22,907, right? 22,907, 22,907, 22,907, right? And then drawings, we have to subtract the drawings, right? So drawings, we have to less our drawings. So let's check in our question. Right? We don't have any drawings, right? Just double check with me. I don't want to make a mistake, because if I make a mistake, our statement of financial position won't balance, so it must balance. Just double check with me. I'm still going to send this question paper in the group. So we don't have drawings, right? Just confirm with me, those who are confirming with me. If we don't have drawings, I don't see it. So we don't have drawings. Okay. So now Our drawing, since we don't have, but always we must know we must less it, right? But now it's 0, so we're just gonna put 0 in bracket because that's what we must subtract. And then it means you have to say capital plus net profit minus 0. How much is the answer there? All right, thank you. So the answer there you are getting how much is your equity there? You're getting 352,814. Everyone is getting that. Okay. Now let's go to the non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities. Our non-current liabilities is going to be long-term loan. Long-term loan. That's what I saw. I hope you guys have seen that. So our long-term loan is 10,000. There we go. 10,000, right? So our non-current liability is only one non-current liability, right? Okay, and then let's go there and record 10,000. We're done. So our total non-current liabilities is the same, 10,000, because we don't have any other. And then we go to current liabilities. We go to current liabilities there. Number one, we've got account payable. I remember accounts payable. Accounts payable. We also have income received in advance. Income received in advance. Let's go and double check again there. We've got CL there, 22,880. I mean 22,080. 22,080. 22,080 there. So it's 22,080. Okay, and then income received in advance. Let's go and check income received in advance. Income received in advance of 4,000. Income received in advance 4,000. Right? And then I saw we've got accrued expense. Accrued expense. It must come in. Accrued expense. And that is our current. That is our current liabilities of 445. Yes, thank you. Accrued expense. So now those are our current liabilities when we check according to the question there. Only three. We've got income received in advance, recorded, right? We also have accrued expense, and we also have our accounts payable. So now add them there, and then you tell me how much is the answer. We add 22,080 plus 4,000 plus accrued expense. Uh, 26, wait a minute, up there, okay, 26, 525. Yes, that's correct. And then now we are done, right? We are done. We just have to say, to add everything. We're gonna say equity there plus non-current liabilities plus current liabilities. Or what we can do first, we can add liabilities first. To add liabilities is going to be non-current liabilities plus current liabilities. We can add our liabilities first there. So it's going to be 30,000, 36,000, 525, if I'm not mistaken. Just double check that our liabilities, I mean our total liabilities there. So our current liabilities plus our non-current liabilities is 36,525. Just confirm with me there. Current liabilities plus non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities is 10,000 plus current liabilities 26,525. That is 36,000. So in order for us to calculate our total equity and liabilities, we have to say our equity there, which is 352,814, 352,814 equity, right? Plus our liabilities, 36,525. How much is your total equity and liabilities? How much is your total equity and liabilities? Still waiting there. How much is our total equity and liabilities? Remember, you have to say equity there, right? I'm going to do this equity plus liabilities there. Also, the same as this ones, like we said, non-current assets there plus current assets. Then we got our total assets from there, right? So now, with the equity and liabilities, we do the same. We say equity plus liabilities. How much are you getting? Are you getting that? It means it's not balancing because we have to get 366432. Why is it not balancing? Where did we go wrong? Because you have to say, the equity there. Equity, our equity. Our equity, our net profit, our capital, right? Let's check our capital. How much is our capital? Let's go back to the answer sheet there. I mean to the question. Our capital, according to the question, let's see. Our capital, it has to be, is the one that is wrong. Our capital, I'm gonna change it, it has to be 307 thousand. That is our capital. So we need to change our capital even in our answer sheet. It has to be our capital there. It has to be 3. Please change our capital to 373000. And then it means we have to change our equity there. Just let's get our new equity amount. How much is our equity amount? Let's change our capital to 307,000. Let's change it to that because our amount must balance. Of which I made a mistake. I put a wrong amount for capital on the question paper when I was preparing it. So our equity is 329. 907, of which me, I considered it to be capital, of which it was wrong. So our equity is this one, right? So now, take the equity and add with liabilities. How much are you getting? It must balance this thing. Take your equity of 329907. So now it's balancing, right? Now we are happy. Because in the test, it must also balance. So don't worry about the few mistakes we made. No problem. We're still practicing. But you must not make a mistake in the exam, remember. And I say to you, every time when you are busy practicing, do not worry when you get it wrong, because you are still in the process of learning. The only time you must not get it wrong is when you are in the test. If you fail while you are busy preparing, it's okay, right? But you must not fail in the tests. During preparation, we can make mistakes, no problem. But in the tests, there shouldn't be any mistake. Are you with me? Yes, that's correct. 366432. Remember, your total assets must be equal to your total equity and liabilities. And we've got it right now. So we are 100% good. Is there any question? Any question? You guys can unmute and talk to me if there's any question. If no question, network, I'm still going to post this on YouTube and I'll send you the link after posting. I hope that I do some edit there and there. Any question, guys? Then I'm just going to give you 1 minute on the questions and then we are done for today. Import duties is the same as it's one of the items that we use to calculate cost of sales. So it's going to be added there. Import duties falls here. Import duties falls under the statement of profit or loss here. You add it here. When you want to calculate cost of sales, you see import duties, you bring it here and add. I hope I'm clear. All right, thank you. Any question? You guys can type, you guys can unmute and talk to me, no problem. All right, dear students, listen to me and hear me very, very well. Most of the time you get stressed because when you are busy practicing, you get it wrong. And I repeat this, do not worry in the process of learning when you get it wrong, because when you are busy studying and practicing, there's no problem if you get it wrong. The only time you must not get things wrong is in the test, right? Okay, now I see someone says, please explain the accrued term. Accrued income and accrued expenses. Accrued income, it's an amount of income that you still have to receive. You haven't received that one. So since it's your money, it means someone is owing you. So it becomes a receivable amount. And you know the receivables, we are going to put them under current assets, right? And then accrued expense. It's an amount of expenses that you still have to pay for. Therefore, they become an expense. They become payable. Therefore, they qualify to be current liabilities. I hope you got that one. And then prepaid expense. It's an expense that you've paid in advance. For example, if you have a premium of insurance that you pay every month, for 200. If you pay for 13 months, it means, because in accounting we are focusing on 12 months period, but if you pay for 13 months, 1 month is in advance, right? You paid in advance. It means someone is owing you that money. Because if it's an insurance, you can also change the service and then they have to refund you what you have paid in advance, right? So that becomes your current asset. And then income received in advance. It means now you are owing someone. It's like you are providing a service and someone is paid for the months ahead. For as long as those months the service is not offered, they have paid in advance and then you are owing them. Therefore, they become a current liability. I hope you guys understand. We record material used as an expense. It must fall under operating expenses in the statement of profit or loss. So I hope that is the session for today. I hope that is the session for today. Thank you for joining, and we'll meet again next time. Salute. Have a lovely night.